Evans presiding. While court's in session, there's no reading, walking, talking, driving, eating, smoking. When your name is called, please give your full and undivided attention to the court. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. This is the People versus Carlos Durham. Ticket number 203978842. Count 1, drove out license not valid or improper license. Ticket number SP115463. Count 1, drove out license not valid or improper license. And it looks like we're here for a review on ticket number U40128517. The conviction is disorderly conduct. Good morning, please say your names for the record.
I'm here, Your Honor. My name is Carlos. My name is Carlos of the Durham family, and I'm here as executor of the estate named in this matter and judge as trustee to dismiss this matter.
You can't appoint me as a trustee. I'm not the trustee on this matter. I'm the judge of this matter. And we're not dealing with any beneficiaries or any of that. You're dealing with a defendant. And it's my understanding that you are Carlos Durham and you're the defendant in this matter.
Do I have a right to subrogation? Does the prosecutor give me the right to subrogation? Do I have a right to subrogation?
I don't even know what that is. What's subrogation?
I require subrogation.
What is that?
You don't know what subrogation is, Your Honor?
I don't.
Okay.
They are.
Is your bond and oath of office valid, current, up to date, and still in effect?
I'm an active member of the bar.
For the record, please present your bond and oath of office to the court.
Yeah,
Is the prosecution bonded for this matter?
The prosecutor is not present right now, Mr. Durham, but I don't have to do that. So
I'm here at special appearance, and I'm here for the purposes of demurrer. All rights reserved under my full God-given name, Carlos Lorenzo Durham, as indicated by this birth certificate.
Mr.
Right
Durham,
here.
Mr. Durham,
I am also the sole beneficiary for this legal entity.
Sir.
So the Supreme Court and the Constitution doesn't apply to this court. What jurisdiction is this court operating under? Common law or admiralty jurisdiction? Jurisdictions that's mentioned in the Constitution. Which jurisdiction is this court operating under?
Either. We're operating under state law.
So it's operating under statutory? Is it operating under statutory jurisdiction, Judge? Because if it is, I need to know the rules and procedures for statutory so I can defend myself. Could you tell me where I can find a copy of that?
Mr. Durham, we're operating under the law of the city. These are city ordinances and these are misdemeanors.
Those are not laws, ma'am. I'm American State National, ma'am.
Mr. Durham, these are your options today. This is, one is already set for a review because it looks like you already made admissions. It looks like you pled guilty to one charge.
I didn't plead guilty to nothing. I didn't plead guilty to nothing, ma'am. I didn't plead guilty to nothing, ma'am. A judge was operating.
Mr. Durham.
Before we even get into the courtroom chaos, let's set the stage here, because what you're about to witness is a textbook example of how sovereign citizen ideology completely collapses the moment it meets real-world law. Today's defendant, Carlos Durham, doesn't just represent himself. He arrives armed with a collection of internet legal buzzwords. Here's the twist: the judge, Reagan Evans, is not having any of it. What starts as a routine traffic and review hearing quickly turns into a non-stop back and forth of jurisdiction challenges, demands for bonding information, and repeated interruptions. You'll see Carlos try to derail the entire proceeding with terms like subrogation, special appearance, and full disclosure, none of which apply the way he thinks they do. Trust me, this only escalates from here. We've got courtroom tension, hilarious misunderstandings of the law, and one jaw-dropping reveal about Carlos' past that even he didn't see coming.
We both can't talk at the same time. So you need to be respectful and let me say what I need to say. I've let you say what you needed to say. So you need to let the court speak now. So you've already pled guilty, sir, in 2017 or no, your plea date actually was October 4th, it looks like. And you were charged with offer to engage the services of another for an act of prostitution. It was amended to disorderly conduct. And so we're here for a review on that. Charges of drove while license not valid or improper license. The offense date is October 18, 2020. And then there's another drove while license not valid or improper license charge with the offense date of January 14, 2021. Now, today, you can either set these for, they're already set for a pretrial. So you can set this for a trial, which it could be a bench trial, where the court, meaning the judge, myself, would decide if you're guilty or not of these offenses, or you can set it for a jury trial. Those are your options, sir.
So my option today is not to challenge jurisdiction, because when jurisdiction is challenged, everything must stop and jurisdiction must be presented. You must prove your jurisdiction, and I'm challenging it.
Right away, Carlos launches into one of the most common sovereign citizen tactics, separating himself from his own identity. When he says he's Carlos of the Durham family and claims to be the executor and beneficiary of some estate, what he's really trying to do is argue that the legal system only has authority over a fictional corporate version of him, not the real man. This theory floats around a lot in fringe legal circles online, but courts have consistently ruled that it has absolutely no legal basis. That he judge immediately shuts it down by grounding the case in reality. She's dealing with a defendant, not an estate, not a beneficiary, and not some made-up legal construct. This is where you start to see the tension build. Carlos clearly believes he has a magic set of phrases that can make the charges disappear, while the court is trying to move forward under actual Michigan law. Let me ask you, have you noticed how these defendants always speak in complicated language, yet can never explain what it—
I'm incorrect. Your oath of office says you're supposed to uphold the Constitution and all laws pursuant. The Constitution says I have rights, and you're not giving me, you're violating my rights by not telling me what jurisdiction we're operating under. Prove your jurisdiction, ma'am.
I'm not violating your rights, Mr. Durham.
Prove your jurisdiction, ma'am.
I don't have to prove my jurisdiction.
Yes, you do, because jurisdiction, when it has to be proven, must be proven. If you're exerting authority over me, you must prove your authority. Prove your jurisdiction, ma'am.
Mr. Durham, what we'll do is we'll set this for a jury trial. And so
I want a jury of my peers. I'm an American state national, so I get 6 American state nationals as my jury.
And here we go, the word of the day, subrogation. Carlos keeps repeating it like it's some kind of legal cheat code, demanding the prosecutor give him the right to subrogation, without having any clue what it even applies to. Subrogation is mostly used in insurance cases, where one party steps into another's place to recover damages, not in traffic violations, not in criminal court, and definitely not as a way to avoid being a fact that even the judge asks what he means. Shows how out of place this term is in this context. Carlos never explains it because he can't. This is another hallmark of sovereign citizen arguments, memorizing words from online forums without understanding their notice something else. Every time the court tries to clarify the situation, Carlos pivots to another buzzword: bonds, oaths of office, special appearances. It's a strategy designed to overwhelm and derail, not to make a real legal. You think he honestly believes this works, or is he just hoping to confuse the—
Right to subrogation in writing. I need your oath of office and your bonding information so I can make sure you are who you say you are and who you claim to be and what your duties and responsibilities are. All public officials must be bonded. I need all of y'all for full disclosure. Am I getting full disclosure right now, ma'am? I need full disclosure before I can make any decisions.
I've told you all that. So
no, you did not tell me all that. I need the name and the address of your bonding company and your policy number to make sure your oath of office is current. I need all of that.
That doesn't apply here, Mr. Durham.
Really now? The law doesn't apply to you. You're above the law is what you're saying.
So I'm going to set this for a jury trial, sir. What I'll do is, do you want to retain your own attorney, or are you going to represent yourself?
Ma'am, I'm only here for the one purpose of subrogation. Nobody has given me nothing what I asked for, but
if you're here for
so why don't you dismiss the case? Because I was not driving, I was traveling, ma'am.
Mr. Durham, you are here as a defendant. You're not here as a
No, I'm not here as a defendant, ma'am.
You're not here as a beneficiary.
I'm here as a beneficiary, ma'am.
You cannot come here and tell me how it's gonna work. That is not how it goes.
So I need full disclosure. Am I getting full disclosure?
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What jurisdiction is this court operating under? Common law or admiralty jurisdiction? Which jurisdiction is this court operating under? Statutory jurisdiction?
The jurisdiction of the city of Detroit.
Is that statutory? Is that statutory? Because the city of Detroit don't get to overrule the Supreme Court or the Constitution. And it says if it tries to do that, everything you do is null and void. The Constitution overrules the law of the land, and that's what I'm under.
In order to be heard by the Supreme Court, Mr. Durham, you have to first go through the district court. And if
no, ma'am, that's not true. That's not true, ma'am.
Agree with it, then you can appeal it. But as of now,
I asked to see the lawyer's bond. I asked to see the attorney's bond. I asked to see the contract you have, so I can.
Do you want to retain your own counsel, Mr. Durham? He's muted. We'll just, it just looks like that you're.
This moment is crucial because the judge finally lays out, in simple terms, exactly how jurisdiction works. The 36th District Court of Detroit operates under Michigan state law and city ordinances, powers granted by the Constitution itself through the 10th Amendment. In other words, this court absolutely has authority over offenses that happen within Detroit City. Carlos refuses to accept that answer. He keeps bouncing between common law, admiralty jurisdiction, and statutory jurisdiction, as if the courtroom is some kind of legal buffet where he can pick whichever system benefits him most. The admiralty argument is especially popular in sovereign circles. They often claim courts are secretly
supposed to pay the fine of $50, so we'll just have you pay that on the next day, by the next time you come back, which will be January 17th. So you need to pay the $50 by January 17th at 8:35, which is your next court date. And then your jury trial date is February 7th at 1:35. All right, so you are all set, Mr. Durham.
Mr. Durham is saying something, but he's still muted.
Mr. Durham, you are muted, sir. I don't know if you know how to unmute yourself. It's the bottom left-hand corner.
I object to these proceedings.
Your objection is noted, Mr. Durham. So you got your jury trial date, and then you have your pre-trial date, the final pre-trial.
Okay, when is the prosecution going to send me all the evidence, including the witness, the damaged property, and the injured party's name? I need to know everybody involved. I need all this information.
Of course you do. Mr. Durham, what that is called discovery. And you have to do a request in writing.
Ma'am, I'm not part of your society. I don't have to follow those rules and regulations because you can't tell me where to find the rules and regulations for statutory jurisdiction. Where can I find a copy of the rules and procedures for statutory jurisdiction? Because that's what you're operating under, statutory law, right? A statutory jurisdiction. Where can I find the rules for that?
Can you, sir? And she should be able to give you the police reports or whatever she has. She can email it to you so that you can prepare for trial.
Are you going to give me your oath of office and bonding information? That's including the name, address, and policy number of your bond? Are you going to give me that?
I don't even know what all of that is.
Your public officials surety bond, just in case you violate my rights. All public officials must be bonded. You don't know what a bond is?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna write the treasurer, and they're gonna tell me the name of your bonding company. I'm gonna write the treasurer.
Myself, so I'm giving.
So you're not bonded. So you're not bonded, is what you're saying.
I've given you all the information that you need.
Okay.
This hearing, so you are all set, Mr. Durham. Unless you had other questions, you are all set, sir.
Yeah, I do have questions, but you won't answer them. You won't answer none of my questions. Are you operating under a statutory jurisdiction, a common law jurisdiction, or admiralty jurisdiction?
This matter is concluded, so you're all set.
Oh, so you, okay, I understand now. The bully tactic. Don't nobody want to answer questions, but they want me to comply with.
This exchange is where Carlos accidentally tells on himself, and the irony is incredible. By insisting he didn't plead guilty to nothing, he's actually admitting that he pled guilty to something. And sure enough, the judge pulls up his record and reveals that he previously pled guilty to disorderly conduct after originally being charged with solicitation of as someone who was literally in court trying to buy sex. That dramatic reveal completely undercuts his attempt to appear sophisticated and legally also important because it shows the judge has patience, but she also has facts. While Carlos throws around fantasy law theories, the court has records, dates, and documented pleas.